I will go over 3 assessments: the SAT, the ACT, and the AP exams. So all 3 of these assessments are not required for high school students to take and pass in order to graduate from high school. These 3 assessments are for the students who are looking to attend college directly after high school. So the SAT and the ACT, those exams are pretty similar. They are both entrance exams used by most colleges and universities to make admissions decisions. The purpose of these 2 assessments are to have one common data point each that can be used to compare all applicants. So the admissions departments at colleges and universities do not solely rely on SAT and ACT scores. They also look at high school GPA, academic transcripts, letters of recommendation, extracurricular activities, interviews, personal essays, so on and so forth. So the importance of a student's SAT and ACT scores and admissions varies from school to school. And as for the AP exams, so a student does not need to attempt any AP exams to be accepted into a college or university. The AP exams, if they are passed, can give a student college credit before they even start college. And then, in addition, the AP exams, if a student passes them, will put them a step ahead the student who has not passed an AP exam. So first I'm going to start off with the SAT assessment, or the Scholastic Assessment Tests. The SAT was created by the College Board. It's offered 7 times a year in August, October, November, December, March, May, and June. It is a 3-hour, 50-minute exam, and there is 3 sections in this assessment. There is math, evidence-based reading and writing, and an optional essay. So if you are going to take, or if a student is going to take all 3 sections, it costs $54.50. If a student only wants to take the 2 sections and they decide to opt out of the essay, it only costs $43. So each section is scored on a 200 to 800 point scale. If you take all 3 sections and receive perfect scores in each section, your perfect score would be a 1600. The average score for the class of 2017 across the nation was a 1060. So students are going to want to know how their score compares to others' scores. So I know the Hart District uses a software called Naviance. Naviance matches students to colleges based on students' interests and goals and compares admission rates at students' top college choices. Students can see test scores of accepted and non-accepted students. So this software is very handy for students when they go to determine what schools to apply for. If they have really high SATs, then they're going to be able to most likely get into those competitive schools. If their SAT scores are below average, then they probably won't get into those really competitive schools. The registration deadline falls about 5 weeks before each test date. There's several ways students can prepare for the SAT. there is a PSAT, or a practice SAT, students can take. Students do really well on the PSAT, then they probably do not need to invest time or money in studying farther. However, if their scores are not up to what they want them to be, then SAT offers sample questions, SAT books can be purchased, and there are also SAT prep courses. So to name a few, Khan Academy, Kaplan Test Prep, and the Princeton Review, those companies all offer SAT prep courses. So as future educators, it's important for us to understand what is exactly on the SAT and how we can align our curriculums to help students succeed in the SAT. In a couple slides, I'll go over a little bit more in depth of what exactly is on the SAT. But for now, we are going to move on to the ACT assessment. So ACT stands for the American College Testing. The ACT was created by ACT Incorporated. It's offered 6 times a year: September, October, December, February, April, and June. Beginning in 2018, so this year, the test will be offered in July. Similarly to the SAT, the ACT has an optional essay. So if you're not taking the essay, it's a 3-hour exam. If you are taking the essay, or if the student is taking the essay, it's a 3-hour and 40-minute exam. So there is 4 sections to this SAT assessment. You have English, reading, math, and science. And then also your optional 40-minute writing tests. So it's recommended that students contact the admissions department at the schools they plan on applying to see if the writing portion is necessary or not. It is $49.50 for all 4 sections and $34 if you are not taking the essay portion. The maximum score is a 36 on the ACT. So the composite score derived from all sections ranges between 1 and 36. Test takers receive subscores in English, math, and reading that range between 1 and 18. These scores provide the student with more detail about their performance, and these individual scores are not reported to colleges or universities. Just the composite score is reported to the universities. The average score among all students in the nation is a 21. And the registration deadline falls approximately 5 weeks before each ACT test date. So, for student preparation, students can attend an ACT Kaplan online prep live, or also there is an official ACT prep pack that includes the ACT prep guide and an ACT prep online. So to compare these 2 assessments, they both are recommended to take because colleges use the SAT and ACT scores for admissions and merit-based scholarships. If you look at the test structure, both include reading, math, and an essay. The SAT requires writing and language, while the ACT requires English and science reasoning. The timing is pretty similar, or the length, and as for reading, the SAT has 1 more reading passage. The ACT is different in the fact that it has 1 science section testing your critical thinking skills. And then as for math, the SAT includes data analysis, while the ACT does not. Calculator policy is pretty similar. I have it and italicized below. And then as for the essays, like I mentioned before, they are both optional. So which one should a student take? So I've sat in on high school counselors giving the speech to students a few times while I'm subbing, and the high school counselors like to tell students to take both the SAT and the ACT their junior year. Whichever one they do better on, they should take again fall semester of their senior year and try and better their score. So it is not required for a student to take both, it is just preference. Moving on to my last assessment, the AP assessment. So it is administered by the College Board. AP stands for Advanced Placement. AP tests are college-level exams on specific subjects, and they are administered in May upon the completion of an AP course taken at a student's high school. At many colleges and universities, a high enough score will earn the student college credit. In some instances, earning college credit can mean an overall lower college tuition bill. So there are 38 AP exams available. The content areas in which AP exams are offered include arts, English, history and social science, math and computer science, sciences, and world languages and cultures. Often, schools do not offer all 38 versions of the AP exams. However, there is a good number offered in the Heart District. The cost is $92 per test, and the maximum score is a 5. However, most schools won't accept AP scores for credit unless you earn a score of at least 4. So a student needs to earn a 4 to pass an AP exam. So what a teacher needs to know. To receive authorization from College Board to label a course AP, teachers must submit the following materials related to the course. They must submit a course syllabus and an AP course audit form. So each AP teacher is required to submit an electronic copy of his or her syllabus outlining the course of study to be followed. As for the AP course audit form, the subject-specific AP course audit form specifies the curricular and resource requirements that must be met in order to receive authorization to use the AP designation for a course. A school administrator must approve and finalize this electronic form before a syllabus will be reviewed. Alright, and you might be wondering, why do I have the National Board for Professional Teaching Standards logo on this slide? I have it because the College Board recommends that AP teachers be certified by the National Board for Professional Teaching Standards. The standards required for the National Board certification align with the standards for the College Board desires in an AP teacher. Also, College Board recommends that the AP teacher has a master's degree in the content area they are teaching. A lot of time this is not the case, but these AP courses are very technical and do require a lot of knowledge. I do know that teachers will attend a lot of professional development orientations or meetings on these AP classes in order to help students' success rates on the AP exams. And then here is my references from this PowerPoint